Hey guys, I know I'm a little late, but it's time to talk about Cardcaptor Sakura Clear Card Hand, episode 11. This episode was a bit of a letdown. It had good parts, but it mostly let me down. And I say this because I think the Clear Card was going through a great momentum. It had some pretty nice episodes, it had some great moments, but this episode really fell short. Let me just start with the good part of this episode, in my opinion, which was Yuna. Yuna de Kaito is Akiho's butler, and we know for sure that he's involved with magic. He met with Xiaodan, and Xiaodan clearly picked up that he has some magical powers in him. And so he called Ariel, and then they talked about it. Ariel said that in England there is a line of mages that use the D in their names to show that they are in a very high rank. So for that, we can gather the info that Yuna is probably a mage with tremendous power. And that's probably why he chose to live in Ariel's house. Ariel even commented that that house is a good place for people with magical powers. It's like a protection. And that's probably why he chose to live there. And I think that Akiho is oblivious to everything. She doesn't know anything. She's just a simple girl. She might be involved with this magic in some ways, but I don't think she knows. If she is involved, I don't think she knows about it. Another nice thing was that they finally caught on that those cards that Sakura's capturing now are like parallels to the Glow cards. Some of them have parallel cards in the Glow card deck. We already noticed that for a while, but it's nice that the show acknowledges it. I think the show was a little late, but it finally did. Now talking about the bad parts, I feel like bad dialogue is like a running thing for Clear Card, and sometimes the dialogues are badly written, and I think that this episode had dreadful dialogue. Even though Yamazaki's speech was nice, it was like a break of pace and it was funny. There was also a very funny scene with Tomoyo at the end of the episode, Tomoyo like giving the death stare to Kero, and that was also another nice interaction. But the other interactions in this episode, for me, they were a disaster. But the biggest disaster for me was Sakura capturing the card. So, okay, at the start of the show, Sakura was kind of like scared of capturing, scared of going into action, and I can understand that. She spent some time without using magic, she spent some time without actually using the glow cards, and now new cards appear, the glow cards disappear, and she is completely lost. So I can understand it. It's kind of hard for her to go there and just act like the great mage she really is. But after a while, she got her groove back. And in the latest episodes, she was able to use lots of different cards, think about strategies and such. And in this episode, it didn't really go like this. So we had the card running wild, making lots of mess in the penguin park. I don't remember the exact name. But the card was doing a mess there, and Sakura, instead of thinking of a strategy or thinking about something, she just kept like looking at what the card was doing. She didn't act, she didn't think of anything, she didn't do anything. And then her idea was to simply get close to the card and capture the card. I mean, the card was running amok, the card was making a mess, and that was all that she could think of. I mean, she, thinking about Clear Card's latest episodes, the cards were attacking, the cards were acting. Didn't she think that the cards could attack her, that specific card could attack her? Why didn't this idea go through her mind? I mean, that's another example for me, that's another example of bad writing, because it felt really stupid and out of character for her. It would make sense like in episode 1, 2, or 3, but after a while, it doesn't make sense for Sakura to act like that. And then, obviously, the card attacked her, and that was the worst part. The card attacked her and made her go reverse, and then she was going to fall on the ground, and she simply didn't do anything. she had to be saved by Kero, and then the idea of using the flight card was also brought up by Kero. Sakura didn't think of anything, she was just there, like, doing nothing. She was just, she didn't even actually look scared. You know, she looked like there was nothing on her mind. And for me, that is bad writing, and that is something that doesn't do justice to Sakura's character. It doesn't do justice to her character, and it really makes things fall short in clear card. That's the biggest clear card problem I have, and I think that this bad writing can't go on anymore. You know, we're finally onto a moment that we're learning some of the mysteries of the show, and I think that they have to show how great of a mage Sakura is. Because, you know, Sakura is a very dear girl, she's a very kind girl, she's a very cute girl. All of those things are being shown, but she's also a very experienced and strong mage. She's a wise mage. She thinks of things, she thinks of strategies, she thinks of ways of using cards to capture different cards. You know, and now she's not doing that. I mean, she did that for the past episodes, but in this episode, it felt so bad. It really felt boring. It really felt badly written. I think that this episode was badly written in some of the parts, and this was one of them. So that was my view on episode 11. Please leave a comment with yours, and let's share our views on Clear Card. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.